Everyone, VJose42 back again. There's a bit to talk about, so let's get on with it. First of all, for Kickstarter, we got New York NYC playing cards relaunch from Undefined Knowledge. It is funded, 5 days to go. It's a very short campaign with a small goal being printed by MPC. Originally, obviously, it was not funded. As you can see, they've customized the pips with New York City buildings, and the court cards also have New York City buildings. Personally, I would have preferred if they were one-way images, and I also would have, or if not a one-way image, if they were off-centered diagonally, basically. Anything, would have been better than this. This just kind of looks weird. I'm not into it, but I will say it is a lot better than what they had originally, but I'm still not a big fan of the court cards. And number cards look pretty good, and the back design, it's a little bit funky, a little bit weird, but it's better than what they had before, I suppose. So yeah, it's still colorful like the original one, but it's a little bit better. So they got that. It's funded. Being printed by Make Playing Cards. Then there is Fatale by Andy Fisher, who previously did the War of Kings playing cards like 2 years ago, year and a half ago, whatever it was. It's been a while. He now has this deck. It's 20% funded, 28 days to go. It's going to be a bit of an uphill battle, but we'll see what happens. It's pretty interesting looking. This is the back design, I think, is magnificent the way it is. Originally, the back design he had was not good. Not a whole lot of fans of that one. It was just basically these 4 heads you see in the center of these women with red hair. And that was it. The rest was completely black. It was kind of like it was incomplete, undeveloped, whatever, unfinished. I'm glad to see that he came up with something a hell of a lot better. It's definitely striking and beautiful. I like it. The box is pretty simple though. And so yeah, here's your back design. Originally, it was, like I said, it was just these 4 heads you see in the center. All these other details were not there, and it looks a hell of a lot better like this. Court cards, pretty interesting custom pips. This time it's being printed by Expert Playing Cards. The previous deck he did was printed by, I think, Liberty Cards. And it was, it was fine. It was a pretty cool deck. This one is not bad. And he's going to be reviewing stuff as the weeks go, as you can see. Free HD desktop wallpaper every week in a campaign. And then I think I talked, actually I don't know if I did talk about this one. The Royal Skeletons playing cards from Gaudreau Steve. It's 30% funded, 31 days to go. Let's look at this. The court cards are pretty interesting. A lot of detail. Almost a little bit too much detail. A little bit too much color, I mean, it's fine. I do like the court cards, but some people are finding that it has a little bit too much going on in there. I think these are going to be printed by Make Playing Cards. I'm not sure. There's a tuck case. And there's that. Then you get your cards, which are completely unusable, as you can see, because he's got a letter in one corner with a pip, and they're pretty much unusable. And they're not that great. It tells you what it is on the top, apparently. It's hard to see with these pictures. And then they got a pip right in the center, a number along the bottom, or a letter, and then there is a hard to see a number and pip in the one corner, and that's it. And it's a one-way card. Nothing too attractive about them, in my opinion. And I'm not sure why it is that he made the ace so much like it's a white color for the letter A instead of what the others are. It stands out a lot more. It just I don't know. Not a whole lot of fans of it. And here's your hearts in red. There's a close-up look at the cards. They're just yeah, it's not very usable, not practical for a whole lot of stuff. Despite the fact that the court cards actually have standard indexes on both sides and they're mirror imaged, and then the number cards are just one-way cards with weirdness going on. It's just I don't know. And I think this is the back design apparently, which I think is a one-way back design. I'm not 100% sure. It appears to be a one-way back design, and I don't know. Is this all gold foil? That would be pretty interesting, but I doubt it. It looks kind of weird. I'm not sure how that fits with the theme. I guess it's about royalty. Whatever. I don't think that one's gonna make it anyway. We'll see. It does have time, and it is 30% funded, but it's going slowly. It could be a hell of a lot better, and it would be funded if it was a hell of a lot better. Just saying. This is my opinion. But as is, they're not very functional for playing poker or anything like that. And they're just not very appealing. Then I think I mentioned this one already. I'm not sure. Dia de los Muertos, second edition, segunda edición by Edgy Brothers. It is well funded, 28 days to go. Beautiful artwork, striking as you can see. Just very nice visually. Colorful. And there's one deck, and then there's also a painted deck, which will unlock as a stretch goal at $18,000. And apparently there's a third deck as well that would unlock, a black deck that will unlock with $27,000. And also check out this coin. That is damn colorful. And right now they're at $14,000. They still have 28 days left. That's a lot of time to get up there, but it looks like it's an uphill battle. I don't know if they're going to get 3 decks or even 2 decks at this rate. But here's hoping they do. Euchre cards for the blind and visually impaired by William. 0% funded, 39 days to go. It's just launched, obviously. And it's... It's an alternative to Braille playing cards. And it basically... They got cut corners and stuff like that. I don't even know how that a blind person would use that. It seems ridiculous. At $5,000, there's not much of a chance that that is going to fund. At $5,000, a deck like this, collectors are not going to buy this. I don't think a whole lot of visually impaired people are going to go on Kickstarter and buy this because they're not going to see it. I mean, if you need a deck that's good for the visually impaired, USB-C does have Braille playing cards. They might be a little bit hard to find, but they're out there. This is just not very appealing. Viking deck by Joshua Pomeroy. It is 11% funded, 26 days to go. Not looking too good. I might have mentioned it before, but we'll have a quick glance at it. The faces are not bad, despite the fact that we've had a couple of Viking decks already. But yeah, they're pretty interesting. But the problem is, we're not seeing a whole lot of artwork here. We have no idea what the back design looks like. Actually, I think the back design was in the video, and it's not good. I didn't like it that much. Let's see. Here you go. That's the back design. That is not good in my opinion. It's ridiculous. So it is what it is. Is it going to fund? Probably not. Then there's a couple more decks here that are not going to fund, as you can tell. Stinker. Haha. Let's see if there's anything else to tell you about. Airplane cards, that's obviously not going to make it with 12 hours to go. Only 36% funded. I should also mention the Nouveau playing cards from Bonafide Playing Cards did not make it. It was $5,000 short, which is disappointing. It was my opinion they should have just launched one deck and it would have funded. Because they had $10,000. But whatever. Then there's this. This is a new deck from Carla Pruitt. Windsor playing cards. He previously had another similar deck. In fact, I think the faces are basically the same. As you can see, there is 4 different colors of suits, which is something I'm always a fan of. But what I'm not a fan of is 54 different back designs. I mean, that makes it a marked deck. Obviously, it's unique, but it's basically a marked deck, and it's not that great in my opinion. I guess, I mean, for regular card players, it's fine. But for me, I'm not into it, and it's just, it's flowers, you know. I got one recently from Art of Play. These spring playing cards, very similar style on the backs anyways. The face is quite different. But I kind of preferred that one. Because at least it's usable for fanning and fluorescing and stuff like that. In fact, it was kind of designed with cardistry in mind. So, I mean, it is going to fund, I imagine. 19 backers, 19 days to go, yay. It's almost halfway there. And her previous deck with a similar goal did pretty well. And it was a similar idea as well with like 54 different backs. Which I always, like I said, I find that to be weird. There's still more to come, still more to tell you about. Stay tuned. Let's see this. That's it for Kickstarter. There is, from jpplayingcards.co.uk, Lux 2nd edition playing cards available right now for pre-order. £7 each. If you don't buy within these first 2 weeks, it'll go up to £8. And if you buy 2 or more, it's only $6.50. So it's not bad. There is this one here, which is a gold. And you can see the faces here, and then there is a silver one as well. So you can kind of see there. I kind of prefer the original ones a little bit more at the moment. I mean, I'm waiting to see what I think about these when I see them in person. But I'm just not seeing it that the colors are as vibrant. But I do like them. I am getting them. And I recommend if you're going to get them, now's the time to do it. And if you missed out on the originals, you can get a brick that includes 3 of each color. So go get it before it's too late. Next up, USBC released 2 new decks. One is the Bicycle Cocktail Party, and the other is the Bicycle Craft Beer. So here's the Cocktail Party. Here's the back design. It's a one-way back design with cocktail glasses on it, and every card on the face has recipes for different cocktail drinks, which is pretty interesting. It's not the most usable deck of cards, but it's still pretty cool. And the other one is the craft beer playing cards. And there it is. Here's some of the faces. Basically, there's 53 original card faces, each with a different craft brewery logo. And here you can see all of them. And then apparently there's a double backer and an ad card. And I don't know if there's going to be this uncut seat, but that would be a pretty cool uncut seat. If they're going to sell an uncut seat, that should be the one. Excuse me. I'm just noticing the colors on the faces as well. Pretty interesting. I'm confused how it's 50 free cards though. Because usually there is 2 jokers. So 52 and 2 is 54. So yeah, I'm confused. Why is it 53 when there's clearly 54? Unless there's 2 that are the same. Oh, I see. The Ace of Spades does not have a logo on it, so that makes sense. Whew, I was wondering what the heck. Anyways, those are available on USPC's website right now. They're like $4 each, both of those decks. Then there is this, coming this Saturday, May the 2nd, 11 a.m. Colorado time. The new Dominion Specials, limited edition, the last of the Dominions. It says that they're big printing. Hopefully it will be. $20 each, that's kind of ridiculous. Good Lord. But only $9 each if you buy a brick for 48 hours. Plus a free signed deck. To me, screw you, I'm not going to do that. Whenever somebody offers a brick and a free deck, that's just a way of them selling bricks. So they can sell 12 decks at a time, and then you get stuck with 12 decks that you have no use for. That's my opinion. I mean, I've seen that. I've experienced that with illusionist decks. I end up with a bunch of decks that I now have to sell, whether it's illusionist or Conjuring Arts or whoever, and I'm tired of that crap. If they can't sell it themselves, they need to come up with something better. I'm not sure how they say that this allows for 4 different fanning patterns on the back design. It's a mirror image back design. It's 2 different fanning patterns. Is it not? I'm confused by that. But anyways, it looks like... Oops. What the heck? It is what it is. It looks... that's pretty cool on the faces there. That could be what they meant, but they're saying back design, not back and face. Oh, look at that box. That's pretty cool. And then, we'll get to that. Coming also this Saturday, May the 2nd at noon Central Time, in Kingswald, the Emerald Edition Tally Ho playing cards. Myself, I would have preferred to have gotten the Scarlet Tally Holes first, but they are on the way. There's no price. I'm not sure why he hasn't listed the price. Oh, apparently there's a pen available. $50. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but no pen is worth $50. If that isn't a cash grab, I don't know what is. And then he's also going to have these display decks, $7 each, available for backers only. So definitely check that out. And also coming tomorrow, Friday, May the 1st, the Asylum playing cards are back. This is that controversial project. To me, it's controversial because it's a deck from a project that was on Kickstarter by Mr. Ed Nass in Altius Management, who took everyone's money and ran with it. And he was being taken to court, he was being sued, I don't know what's going on with that. But now Roman Kotiv has decided he's going to produce these himself. I don't know myself if I want to give money for something I've already given money for, I don't know. We'll see. Apparently there's 3 different decks, or tuck cases it appears to be. Apparently they also have a special here, if you can call it that. Right here. The Insanity Bundle. For original project backers only, there's 810 available, which is the exact amount of backers they had previously. It's $25, and I believe it includes all 3 decks. But again, as far as I can tell, and I hope to make these borders smaller because they're kind of ridiculous. As far as I can tell, it's just 3 different tuck cases. There is this one, Asylum Inmate deck for asylum survivors. Certifiably insane. That's funny. And then there is also the Asylum deck and the Asylum Inmate deck. But to me, it just looks like 3 different tuck cases. I need to get confirmation on that. And that is it for now that I can think of, that I know that is a lot. I apologize if the video is a bit long. I'll see you next time with more.